the guidebook and videos that we made, we all know how Aphelios works, and what Infinity Edge means to Aphelios. It's our power spike. For the new people who are watching this video, Aphelios is a caster ADC who works with auto attacks, so crit chance and crit damage is so important. With this new update, we will be able to hit our power spike with our second purchase. But Rose, why video thumbnail shows we shouldn't build Infinity Edge second? Well, let me explain. The secret strategy that we were using was very balanced. If you pull one thing out, you will feel the weakness that you feel in the other builds. For example, Bloodthirster. The shield that we get from Severum, Overhealed and Bloodthirster is broken and gives you amazing survival points. And meanwhile, all other lifesteal items give you around 7% lifesteal, and Bloodthirster give you 17%. Aphelios works with crit for broken damage, and also broken lifesteal with your kit when you use it right. So a second Bloodthirster was essential to it. I tried Infinity Edge's second item on the first day with the new update. I really got amazing plays. Also my Infernum area damage felt really strong if we crit. With Infinity Edge you do tons of damage, but is it really worth it? Meanwhile, I'm killing a 1v1 god who is 3 levels ahead of me with Bloodthirster, but with Infinity Edge, a random Wukong just destroyed me in 1v1 when I was on the lead. Because we have no defense if we go Infinity Edge second, so I made the 3 best builds which will work for different scenarios for different players. To be able to work with Infinity Edge's second item, you should change your Mythic to Gale Force or Shield Bow. Rosalyn build is still in top 2 builds, I will explain at the end. But I have good news! I have a new favorite build, and this build is very balanced, meanwhile take care of the tank meta too. The name we gave to this build is in our Discord server is Godphelios. Shield Bow is the best mythic for Aphelios. It's a great survival tool and fits perfect to your kit. Shield plays very important role, but unfortunately in the last couple of patches it felt so weak on the damage side, and the buffs to tanks and health, it was almost unplayable. But right now building Infinity Edge might fix that damage issue. Also we have no survival with second Infinity Edge, so we are building Shield Bow and fixing that issue. Infinity Edge gives you most AD and extra damage from passive, so we won't be feeling weak on the damage side with Shield Bow anymore. Also every new item you will get, it will add an AD and health, so it's the best for the late game too. You can follow up with LDR to deal with tanks too, so basically second item power spike, third item power spike against tanks. So you can follow up with Bloodthirster, Bork, or even big defense item. You can think that we will have less damage in early levels. You might not surprise them with the tons of damage on your first item, but the shield is actually also broken. You are as strong as Kraken in 1 vs 1, in 2vs2 or 3 vs 3 bot lane actions. You survive more and you will 1 vs 3 them with Crescendo even easier. But always remember cons and pros with what you have in your hand. You were expecting me to talk badly about Gale Force, but not this time. Gale Force actually could be okay if you know your weaknesses. Unfortunately, it's the weakest among others. I recommend building this against squishy teams. When you finish your Gale Force, maybe you don't have the best stats, but you have a big benefit, which is a dash that will save your life or kill pressure on your enemies. It's still weak, but when you follow up with Infinity Edge, Gale Force could be actually crazy. You have tons of damage, meanwhile you have a follow-up or a saving dash to survive and do more damage. But the weakness is you are so squishy, like in Rosalyn build with Infinity Edge second. If you are good and patient enough, Weakling build is crazy and strength could be even more than Rosalyn build with Infinity Edge second. We won't be building Infinity Edge second to Rosalyn build, but I will explain that at the end. So Gale Force is amazing, but Rose, we position well and outclass them somehow, so we don't have to worry about our squishiness. What's the other issue? Well, it's the tanks. Manage to play well, it's time to build your third item. You build Bloodthirster and become more broken, but you won't be melting tanks anymore. The damage will be there, but won't be good as much as other builds that you could build LDR as third item. Or if you decide to build LDR third, super! Now you don't have any survival. Yeah, you can be godlike player, but one positioning mistake, even Gale Force dash won't be able to save you. Even if did, with Aphelios, lifesteal and dash shield one of the most broken things, and we shouldn't waste the potential. When you get your 4th item, it's time to solo carry, but I don't think you will reach that point every game. Even if you're an amazing player, your team will do weird things and game will be over before we hitting it. Or they will punish you because of your weaknesses. Enemy Draven with 2 items or Twitch with Bork will destroy your team fights while you're trying to tickle them with Gale Force. If the enemy team is squishy, go with Bloodthirster 3rd or even Collector with riskier gameplay and destroy them. It's still the worst build between the other two, but worth a try. Mooncakes! There is no update to this build, but we receive a huge buff. Our problem was Bloodthirster was so expensive. Now it's cheaper. Lifesteal nerfed 2%, but we have more shield. This item was fitting our kit amazing. Now it's even better. We just delayed Infinity Edge to 3rd item, but trust me, being without Bloodthirster is so bad. If you like building Infinite 2nd, which I will also recommend, try the other T builds that I talked about. But Rose build will stay same. If you are new here, check the link below and that video explains how broken this build is. Or you can check the guidebook from our Discord. Me, the most I will use is God Phelios, 2nd is Rose, and will never use Weakling build. After you try them, let me know how did it work for you. And let us know from the Discord or comments. Thanks for watching. And do not forget to
Yeah, so fair.